Hi guys, Goddess Serenity back here today, and I want to talk about a juicy
Today, I
topic.
want to talk about sex magic.
Yeah, you heard me. I feel as though this is a powerful form of magic. This is a powerful form of manifesting. It's actually one of the most powerful forms of manifesting known to man. Okay, and a lot of us believe that we're using it, but we're not really using it. If you go into depth of research and study about this stuff, you realize that we're not using it right a lot of the times. So I am going to delve into the subject a bit today. I'm going to do another video eventually where I get even more in depth about it, but for now I'm just going to talk about it briefly, because a lot of women, we have a lot of people around who feel like, they are such vixens. They are these temptress who go around teasing guys, and they feel like every time they sleep with somebody, they feel like they have put their power over them. They feel like, oh, he's mine now. We got to do what I say. Like, I got this good, like he ain't going nowhere, like blah, 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 like all this kind of stuff, right? Now, it's one thing to have the good, but the good ain't gonna always be that good. If you just going around like, getting it beat up all over the place. And you're not manifesting the things that you need to be, when you could actually be using this good, to get you some shits. Some good shits. Alright? Let me just plug this charger in because I'm going a little low. So now, especially for people who are in a committed relationship, who are of course of age, who are of course in consensual relationship, of course who are, what's the word I'm looking for, wholesome pure people, like not people who are doing it with bad intentions and stuff like that and trying to manipulate the other person. That's not what I mean at all. Sex magic is like, it's like a spiritual, it could be looked at as religious, but it's a more spiritual act that is intentional, that is coming from both parties involved with an intent to get something magical, to transform something, to produce something new, not just a baby. Talking about other things in the physical, just the way a baby is produced, though, just the way a child is produced during the act of sex, sexual intercourse. It is also producing some other things, and whether or not you are aware of it, you're actually manifesting these things, and according to the energy that you come into it with, it's what you're going to manifest. Now, there is something that I found now. Oh, I've gone too far down. I've gone way too far, but let me just stay up here. Okay, during the time of sexual arousal, during the time when, when you're getting all that, like, all those tingly feelings, and you're like, oh my gosh, like, yes, like I'm so in love with this person, and like, you're feeling like all the hairs on your body stand up and stuff like that. That is the kind of energy that you need to have in order for it to actually be effective sex magic. You need to actually be completely turned on by the other person. You need to be completely attracted to the other person. You need to have no holds barred. Like, you need to be sure of this as something that you want and that you want to do. And of course, it even intensifies now going into the act, going into the lovemaking act, if you want to call it lovemaking. Some people call it lovemaking. Some people say, smashing. Some people say fucking, like, whatever you want to call it. But if you want to call it fucking, obviously, there is not much magic going on there, because you actually are just doing it for self gratification at that time. You're actually just trying to get to like a climax. And your mind is so not even focused. Your mind is distracted by perhaps other things going on, you know, that you can't stay focused. Let's say, for instance, like this is something I just talked to my husband about, right? And I don't know how seriously he took it, but I was fucking serious, okay? Because there are some things that I've learned and that I have seen and that I desire. This is our life. We are here in this form for a short period of time. And so I am a person who don't like to waste. I don't like to waste that time. I like to utilize and make the most of that time. And so if we are intimate and we're doing stuff like, you know, can't we use that time now to amp up some shit? Like, let's just do this. And I don't see, I'm laughing. It's not really funny. It's serious, because I think a lot of us could be further ahead in our relationships. We could be even more powerful of a couple. We could be manifesting like that. But both of you have to be on the same accord, you know. And of course, now when you reach to that stage of total arousal, where you're like, you know, reaching to an orgasm, like, you know, you're like, yeah, like this is the crucial time. And it's hard for many of us to not be distracted at that time, not be distracted by that time, because at that time all you can feel is feelings. You're not really in the mental place anymore. Mentally you're like you're I wouldn't say dead, but you're paralyzed mentally almost. And this is why it is so important at that time to put your actual mental muscle to work. During that arousal, during that orgasmic state, it is the time to actually start and hold a vision of something that it is that you desire, or the things that you desire, or the outcome, or whatever it is that you desire. It is so important at that time for you to get a mental picture. Like, even if it doesn't last very long, like just try and as vividly as possible, try and hold that mental image in your mind for a few seconds, even, like, you know, that is going to do more good than you would even imagine. Okay? And even if both of you can do that at the same time, like I said, it's even more powerful. Now, visualization. When is your energy is at its peak state, this is when visualization really matters. And that's why sex magic has been practiced for centuries. This is why it is such a big ritual in the magical world, because they know it brings forth manifestations. It brings forth change. It brings things to reality, actually. And people think it's a hedonistic and hedonistic process. They think that it's animalistic, that they're carrying on, like when they have these sex rituals and stuff like that, that they're acting like they're just being whores, and, you know, nothing is further than the truth. From the truth. They're actually doing it to affect change on the physical world. And oftentimes it works. So here it is. I'm looking at this thing on Wikipedia about sex magic, and the first name that comes up is this guy. Let me just hold that up there. Pascal Beverly Randolph, right? This guy is the earliest known teacher of sex magic in the Western world of the 19th century. And he's an American occultist under the heading of the Mysteries of Yuli. Now, Pascal says that if a man has an intelligent and loving wife with whom he is in complete accord, he can work out problems of how to achieve magical results by her aid. They are a radical soul-sective series of energies. The rite is a prayer in all cases, and the most powerful that earthly beings can employ. It is best for both man and wife to act together for the attainment of the mysterious objects sought. Now, tell me, what does that mean to you? What does that mean to you? When you are intimate with your loved one, whether that's a wife or a husband, whether that's a male or female for you, Partner, what are your thoughts? Have you ever thought about sex magic? Have you ever thought about, hey, this could be a magical act we're actually doing? Because for feelings to be so intense and so powerful, you know that cosmically, that universally, energetically, spiritually, magically, something must be happening in this universe during that time. Like, it's like two become one. You're like one at that time. And you have multiple sets of visualization, multiple intentions who are the same. You have the same intention, but you're joined now as one. That's the Big Bang right there, guys. Like the Big Bang, okay? So I think this is something that I'm going to get into a little bit more, even in the physical, because I'm going to test and experiment on this. I'm going to let you guys know how it goes. I may even document it. That's something that I need to do. I haven't done something like that, actually, at all. I'm going to document, maybe, not the act itself, but, people getting like all excited, like, wow. Now, what Randolph also says, success in any case requires the adjuvancy of a superior woman. Okay? This is the law. And notice it says that in capital letters right there. This is the law. Okay? It can't be a concubine or a prostitute. Okay? No. It can't be an underage child, like a teenage girl. No. Okay? It can't be somebody else's wife. No. Say no. Okay? And what else does it say? It also says, it has to be someone who knows about sex. Obviously, she has to be an adult, a willing, consensual adult. She has to be able to please herself, to know the stages of sexual arousal. She has to know the meaning of what she's doing. She has to be mature enough mentally and, of course, physically to know what she's doing, to know the purpose that she's doing it for. And what else? So yeah, it's basically a mental process. It's a mental, it's a physical, it's a sexual, it's a spiritual, biological, it's all of those things all at once. And so guys, like I said, and I always say in my videos, hit like if you like this topic, and let me know in the feedback below in the comments, what is this to you? What does this mean to you? What is sex magic to you? How do you feel about sex as on the whole versus magic, or sex and magic put together? What are your views? I also want to ask you out there to let me know, like, if there are any topics and stuff like that you would like to see me cover, because it is sometimes somewhat of a challenge coming up with topics like just on the fly. I think about things at night and have every plan to like get this thing done in the morning, and then by morning it's like my entire mood has changed and I'm not doing that. I'm gonna do that another day. Or sometimes I'm so fired up about something, and like when I get back home it's like already out of my mind. I try to write down everything. Like I have a little black and white, I always like to show my book. But I want you guys to let me know, because if we think that there are some things on this planet that can be changed, we could be doing some more serious practices all in due time, all for right reasons and for good cause. Because like I always say, nothing is a coincidence. Nothing happens for nothing. Nothing happens from nothing. Okay? Everything is intelligently ordered in this universe. But the cosmic order is already there. It is the universe is a completely thinking thing, and we are completely thinking beings. And so everything that we think eventually has to become real. So we're going to see how that turns out. But like I said, hit like if you like this video, and also if you are new, I am so happy you're here. Greetings, welcome, blessed be, and I hope we have a lot to discuss. I hope we have a lot to engage in and have fun on this channel, being honest with ourselves, being real, and shedding light on certain topics, just spreading the love, man. If you're not new, welcome back. Thanks for watching, all of you. And I will be back with some more wonderful topics to discuss. So that's me for now. Like I always say, peace, love, blessed be, namaste.